Hey guys, it's me, Michael Jordan, or you can call me Mike. I'm sure most of you have seen this type of format from a bunch of YouTubers of drawing their lives. Well, this video is based on a Draw My Life, but instead I captured just glimpses of my most greatest memories, secrets, and the people who made the person who I am today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. These are the people who made my life so significant as to not only raising me, but supporting me in almost every decision I would make in my basketball career. When I was born in Brooklyn with a nosebleed, there was my mom, who was mostly a business-related and serious woman I learned a lot from, and then there was my dad, who was kind of a harsh man but practical and had humorous traits that rubbed off on me. But you see, what I didn't come to realize as a kid was soon to surface later when I grew up about my parents and ultimately my family's problems they have had for several years in the making. You see, when I was younger, my dad just saw me as a weakling who doesn't know how to do all that mechanical stuff he does with auto vehicles. There was this one time I wanted to help out and he just told me, just go on in the house with the women, which I thought was very offensive considering how much I wanted to be like him. But I guess those statements he made really pushed myself to become great and prove to him that I will be successful and not a wimpy kid who belongs with the women. This triggered the start of my dream of being someone who my dad would be proud of. Here are my siblings. James and Rosalind were always quiet and would get in arguments once in a while, but we were tight. Unfortunately, we aren't as close, especially with Sis, since he left the family.
I'm leaving.
Thankfully, I was closer to my brother Larry, whom I looked up to, and started my interest in basketball and development of my competitiveness when we were younger.
We're cool.
We played all day, and he just inspired me to be a better basketball player than he was, which drove my competitive nature. Yeah, he would always win. Ugh! Here's my mom. Although we are not as close as we used to be, I still gave her financial support. I feel really bad that my dad had to cause havoc in their relationship from having assaulted Sis for 8 years and the fact that my dad wanted all the money he and my mom had made from my partnership with Nike. Take that moolah though. What about me though? Because of his greed, I guess that's why my parents decided to divorce to be more happy. They also did not agree on my marriage with Juanita Vanoy either, which made matters worse. The interest.
Is ball life?
One day I decided to watch an NCAA tournament back in 1977 with the UNC team. I just took interest and wanted to play for the Laney High School basketball team.
What if?
I've seen my idol Irving Magic Johnson play and dunk, and I wanted to be just like him.
I praised you.
I was described as a shy ball player by the coaches that were observing the tryouts. I was cut from the team, and I just went to my room and closed the door and cried. Just to show how worthy I was, I grew 6'6" in my junior year and came back to wow them. And there I was on the varsity team, picking BD's 23, since it was half the number my brother wore, which is jersey 45.
Hey bro.
Yes, I transformed, but you know that feeling when we all start high school? I was nervous and felt insecure about my body and the way I would communicate with others. All I wanted was attention, and I tried very hard to do so. Sports was evidently my confidence. Somehow, I was picked to be part of Coach Malone's all-star team, which at first was surprising, but his assistant coach that looked at me chose me instead. From there, I just got many awards. I became the top national prospect player at the time, and I began asking myself, what's my next move? I committed to the University of North Carolina and remembered our coach Dean Smith, who developed good relationships with his players and wanted all of them to work hard on court and off court. We lost championships in a lot of games, but that was okay. I was looked down on since I wasn't the best on the team, and Smith didn't even allow me to be on the magazine with my team. Good thing I showed enough after, saving our team with a jumper to win the ACC championship game.
The play goes back to Michael Jordan, jumper from out on the left, good!
This is how I improve and look at what I need to work on. It gives me a chance to see what I did on court, which I can't even remember. I would make a plan to perform new moves in the upcoming season. And boy was I everywhere. AP National Player of the Year award, Sporting News even named me their College Player of the Year. Although our team that season was trash, I still got to participate in the Pan Am Games and received a gold medal. But what really struck me was that Smith wanted me to play in the NBA. So I did. Can't say that we were the best team then. We did not have any support whatsoever, and I guess it was my vision that the Chicago Bulls needed to step up our game and make people proud. Air Jordan. What are those? I was still rising to fame when some dude named Vaccaro wanted to endorse me for a shoe line. I didn't really care much and wanted to play, but my mom talked to me about how much money I would make and the benefits I would have if I agreed. The fame just kept coming and coming over the years. Not only shoes were being made in my name, but other products as well. Clothing, apparel, and even cologne were being sold. I guess business was a great thing, as I learned in the progressing years. I was able to gain over $10 million and was soon going to make more in the future. Back to the Bulls status though. Kevin Lowry was our coach, along with assistant coach Jerry Krause, who I despised over my years at the Bulls. Apparently I misinterpreted that he told me I couldn't play, and his other actions of how he tried fixing our team, but we put all those matters behind us. Yeah, my first year was pretty bad when we lost to the Pistons. They were just bad boys. But I guess I got something out of that year when I won the slam dunk contest and earned MVP in the All-Star game. Here it is. Oh. Pistons hated me. I found out that they had the Jordan rules made, which soon turned into an actual book being sold. We lost to them again in the second year, but I ended up receiving the NBA's MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. That showed them they can't stop me. The fourth year came around with me in the NBA. I was seen as playing by myself, which was partially true, but I really wanted my team to improve as well. I moved my position at point, and we started to win some games and even get into championship game. Unfortunately, we lost to Golden State, but that gave us all the wake-up call that we can compete and win the NBA title next year. Oh my god. That's exactly what we did, with our new coach Phil Jackson, who I grew fond of and followed his instructions simply because he allowed me to do what I wanted on court. I was referred to Jackson as the General, and I gladly had a boy named Scottie Pippen come in and help me out with the team a bit. That year, we won our championship game against the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm not gonna lie, I did gamble a lot, but that was me. I would golf to relieve stress and think, or gamble with as well as other games I played with others. One time, I was in debt for over $1 million, but that's not the point. I didn't grow out of it and continued to gamble throughout my NBA years. But you got that cash though. Portland, we once again defeated for another championship. At this point, our crowd was getting bigger and bigger. The championship title came once again after winning against Portland, and there was the thought of our team saying to ourselves, this is getting too easy. Meh. 1992 was pretty sad when my dad suddenly disappeared. He took my Lexus I gave him and drove off. The Lexus was found on a highway stop, and next thing my family knew, he died of a gunshot. I couldn't focus on anything but his death, and it affected my playing. Dad? I decided to retire suddenly and pursued my dad's dream of becoming a baseball player. I didn't do much but wear number 45 and play in a minor league. After 18 months, I ended up retiring from baseball as I thought I was going to go nowhere anyways. Yeah, the plan didn't really work out. Back to the NBA. Welcome to Space Jam, explaining exactly what had happened to me when I retired from basketball. It was a huge hit and inspired many to never give up what you first started. $400 million. It was a huge success. I needed to work on my game since we didn't win a championship that season I came back. I didn't want to deal with my mother and what my family did since they just angered me against my own family with my wife and kids. I solely focused on dedicating the championship game that season to my father since it was also Father's Day that game.
Inbounds to Michael. Racing the clock. Jordan for the win.
Right after that final buzzer indicated we won against Seattle, I ran to the locker room and escaped to the training room to cry and think of my dad. The championship game was once again ours.
Michael Jordan's physical conditions. He is suffering from flu-like symptoms.
Our record that year was 69-13, and I set the first triple-double in All-Star Game history. One of those games consisted of that flu game, a game where I was hit with a viral illness where I almost felt like dying. We won though, and there goes the next title we won against Utah. I wanted to show Krause in the next year that none of our team should be changed to his liking because we were getting old. There we go, we won our 6th championship title, and that was the last time Phil and I played with the Bulls. I did another one. Got a drink and we going back to back.
The inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's
2,
Michael in the foul
1.
line. A shot on Elo. Good.
Buckets.
The Bulls win. They win.
You see, there were thoughts from Krause that they should let Jackson go, and there was no way I was staying with the Bulls if Jackson wasn't there. So I kept my word. Jackson left, and I again decided to retire for the second time. Our team gathered together and brought meaningful notes for our team we would burn after they were given in. Pippen went to Houston, and I was gone. I was proclaimed as the first billion-dollar athlete. Although I missed basketball so much, I decided to try to co-own a team. I co-owned such an undeveloped team, and it occurred to me that I should help them out by giving them more exposure. So I came out of retirement once again to help them out. I was a bit older than most of them, but I still managed to average 20 points per game for one season. I wasn't able to bring them a championship, but the crowd came through. The present. To this day, I own the Charlotte Hornets. They still need some development, but I'm glad I decided to take them as my team. I was divorced by my wife, Vanoy, who told me I was too focused on basketball, but then soon married supermodel Yvette Prito and had a fresh new pair of Jordans in the family. Take that, Juanita. In 2009, I had the honor of accepting my name in the Hall of Fame. I was very touched and had the people I wanted to be with me to accept the award. It wasn't exactly the most ideal speech a pro athlete should have gave, but I just showed the truth in what made me Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I live with my beautiful family and continue to support and look upon the new players who I sometimes see myself in grow to become legends of their own. Kobe. The impact I made in the world was something I have never expected. I asked my father, "What do you think of me now, Pops? How about all this? Do I still have to go back in the house?" As I turned on the television to the memories and screaming fans,
Chicago with the lead. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship in the last 8 years.
I can clearly see I made people proud. The end. That's all for now, folks. Peace.